guys, welcome to Battle Arena. I'm getting everything all set up, so bear with me and this absolutely horrible stream layout, considering we don't have the overlays and no one wanted to give them to me. So we're gonna get this all started. Got everything right below you here on the stream. That'll get you into the game, and we're getting started. Battle Arena, I heard about the podcast. Stream layout. Considering I don't have the... Oh boy, get this out of here. So, we're gonna get this all started. Hide! Damn you. There we go. That'll make this much better. Oh wow, already getting people in here. Real quick. Like to see it. So, for any of you that are just joining us real quick, this will be, I'll be joined by a few different people tonight. Hopefully going to get 2 or 3 games done. We're going to be giving out advice to everybody. This is, of course, only for gold and below. Anywhere gold 1 all the way down to bronze 5, we will be giving... It's not necessarily casting games. It's not like you may have seen me or other people do the just actual like play-by-play casting games. We're actually going to be looking and trying to find out what you can do better and try to give you advice. And of course you'll be able to see these VODs on YouTube, on Twitch, and I guess learn something from it. That's what we're here for. My name's cerealbawks. I do the T4 Celsius rundown, and I am filling in tonight for Badger. We're going to have a few people coming in for this game. So just hit the buttons. It's over here. You already see it. I'm pointing the wrong direction. I can't ever figure out how to point with the camera. It flips everything. So let me try to call my co-caster for the first game. See if he'll get on here. Because otherwise I'm just casting this alone, which would be all right. I wouldn't be too sad about that. Wally, where are you? Hopefully it's not actually streaming, or, it's streaming. Freezing, for on power. Alright, where is Wally? What's going on here? That's not good. Hype wall smasher. Very much so. Let me see, I'm just trying to get everything in order, because this is the first time I've done this myself. Alright, got 6. We're still waiting on 2 more, and hopefully my co-caster. Otherwise, it's just me. That's okay. Also gonna get 1 or 2 more things up for you guys. There we go, that's what I wanted. Alright, cool. I think I've sufficiently... Yeah, everyone knows they want to join this. Days can come join us. Although she needs to just climb herself out of Gold 1. Because we know where she's supposed to be. Still new me, yeah. Hey, what's up? Maybe.
Oh, I was muted. Okay.
That makes it difficult to talk.
Yeah, it does indeed. I was sitting here like untangling my headset because wires got all messed up, and well, here I am.
Welcome. Hey, would you mind hosting the call? Actually, I'm hoping that, like, I'm already streaming. I don't know if it'll do well with the game and this like.
Are we live right now?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll give you a call.
Cool. There we go. All right. That should work well. Hey guys, and welcome Wallemarno here, caster friend of mine from formerly of Victorious Gaming. So we're
How's it going?
Yeah, we got 6 people in already. Hopefully going to get just a few more.
Do you know what I think would be a great resource too is actually get League up and out. I feel like I just popped out of bed and I'm like, oh, here I am. I'm casting. I've got to get everything ready to go.
Yeah, right.
It's all cool. So, do we know who we're going to be checking out today?
Oh, it's everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah, we aren't really. We're just going to be giving advice for pretty much everything that that comes along. That's all. Wait,
all right, cool. Cool. I'm going to be pulling up the stream right now.
That should work now. There we go. Cool. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm messing with a few things. I'm gonna get out of TeamSpeak too. I don't need to be on this.
Yeah, that's what I did. I'm closing out everything that I don't need at the moment. Sorry, I sound a little bit like overwhelmed at the moment. I do. I am just a little bit. But it's all good. We're gonna get this show on the road here in just a second.
Yeah, I really just kind of got this together very, very quickly because I didn't realize I was streaming. But that is not a problem. We are going to be, God, I hope getting a few more people. Pass invites. Yes, please do boss fight. Also, for those of you who don't know, the boss fight here is Adam, Ponophobia Cogswell's brother, the Luke Cogswell. So he's masquerading as, well, I guess he got up to silver too. I'm proud of him.
Silver 2, you got to do that last minute climb, get that gold.
Everyone at work.
I don't know how much more time's left. Only have a couple,
November 11th, I think.
Yeah, we're under, like, what is that? Probably like 2 weeks from now. Jeez, where did the time go? I felt like I was climbing and trying to get diamond. You know, it felt like last week, but it was more like 6 months ago. I mean, it's just like that. It's going by us. Yeah, it's really definitely reason to start improving your gameplay. I mean, just to get those last couple divisions that you need. I just logged on. Are we playing in? Oh no, we're gonna be spectating. Okay.
Yep.
Should I just spectate in once you start, or
no? Come on in.
What's the name of the lot?
It's T-Force BA1.
Gotcha.
With a lot of spaces. T-Force space BA space 1. Password is cereal. I'm gonna tweet about it too because why not get more hype? Why not get more people ready for this?
Of course. I'm gonna tell my madre right now. Gotta get the family in on the stream. You know, I have a couple people that tune in that maybe don't even play games. You know, just to check out. I mean, why not? Everyone can improve, even if you're not necessarily playing it.
Yeah. Hey, you would tell him who I am. Yep. Definitely happening. Alright, one more, guys.
Uno mas, we need it.
Oh damn, we got double plat 4 today. I DK'd intentionally for this exact cast.
Let's see. Oh, if we were going to even it out, I mean, the teams look pretty even right now. I mean, maybe depending on that last guy coming in,
It's
maybe
not
get
bad.
the gold skill over there. Yeah.
It's not. The thing is, it's not always supposed to be the most. I don't know if it's supposed to be the most even, but it's also.
Yeah.
It's also supposed to just get. I guess if it was like straight golds versus straight bronze, but then we'd be like, okay, we definitely can't be doing that. But,
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't know. There's usually like two big mindsets I've used. I was a follower for Trick Stream for a minute, and he would do these like diamond versus gold games, and it would basically just be the entire time the diamonds just stepping all over the golds, and I mean it was kind of fun just because you know how energetic he is, but like. I mean, there's something to learn from there, but at the same time, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of times where it's just like, I want to see a good game too the entire time. Uno mas.
just that
Uno
one
mas.
more. Well, wait, what? Oh, I'm not clicking this right. Lucas is trying to see if he can convince he's Adam instead. We'll see. Seriously, one more, guys, please.
I'm ready to get this thing going. I want to take off and do this. I'd actually want to jump in, but I feel like I would counterbalance this because I'm just so terrible. I'm like bronze level. I haven't been playing as much, so my skill level has dropped significantly. I've noticed. I've been playing, and I was doing my plat promos the other day, and I was getting a couple ragers going in there, like, what is this guy doing up top? It's just like, I'm sorry.
Huh.
Don't know what else I can tell you guys.
Yeah, right.
There's a difference between knowing what you're doing and actually executing. Like, I feel like it might have been, like, sensitivity on my mouse or something. I got a new one, G700 series.
Wait, G700 series mic?
Mouse.
Mouse, that's totally what I meant. I was like, sensitivity, I'm
right.
like, dude, I don't know if that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, you're just sitting there, playing with the next. I'm all of a sudden really freaking loud.
Yes! Yes!
Woo! Who was it? Shmolo! You're my hero.
And this is actually pretty even. Looking at these teams, it's actually pretty well balanced. Straight silver on one team that's kind of all over the place, and then gold and low silver. I'm okay with
Yeah,
this.
it's like
No
I got,
items.
like-
No items. Okay. They're talking about Smash.
Oh, I haven't even played Smash yet. Have you?
I have it for 3DS. I like it a lot.
See, I've been hearing. I have a buddy who just picked up it for the 3DS, and he also has it for the Wii U, and he was saying that he preferred it on the Wii U. But again, I just haven't seen it yet. I haven't. I don't know anything about it, honestly. The last Smash that I played was the one on the N64.
Oh, yeah. Hey, it's pretty sweet. Alright, yeah, we're ready to start.
Yeah, let's do it.
Also, guys, just ignore the overlays right when I switch this over, because I'm trying to find ones that I have that block out summoner spells. Wii U version is not out yet. No, Spork. Let's see here. So I'm gonna go
There's still
NESL Champ Select. Not exactly the one I need. I may need to mess with this, yeah. Come on. Yeah, it's not working. Give me a sec. Can't believe I'm doing it this way, but whatever.
Let's
fix
see.
it right now. Move this down.
I'm looking at it right
Cool.
now. It's just completely
Blank.
black.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was for a second. I'm messing with summoners because I don't know if there are even overlays for this. Is this gonna work? I can't tell. I feel like it needs to go down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It needs to just be a smidgen. Oh, it's a little wide. Oh, okay. There you go. You're getting there.
Crap, I had it then because I had that delay. You should watch
Yeah. I know. We're talking about this right now, and I'm just watching it on the stream.
All right, but Yasuo,
You probably know better than I do.
first ban. Yeah, I'm messing with it. Just ignore that.
Yasuo Syndra. I'm surprised.
Yasuo's okay. There was a great post today that that I saw on our league that was Yasuo is still the most banned champion in the game, but has the lowest win rate now, which I think is kind of hilarious. I think it's because for a while he was just difficult to deal with. No one really knew how to fight him, and now it's kind of he's been figured out a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that it's still a lot like a scare tactic once you get that mindset in there. After playing against a good Yasuo, you know, before he was nerfed, it was just the most terrifying thing. There's nothing you could do. It seemed like he was tanky. He had amazing damage and wave clear through his static shiv. And then now his damage is really underwhelming. And is, you know, you can't build tanky on him because he's not like pure
That's not
tank.
how it works.
No, I thought for the longest time that you could do the same thing with like Rumble with the shield, and no, that's not what you could do. So
I'm really happy no one could see me there for a little bit because I had on my second monitor I had full screened the OBS, and so I was like looking, like I'm squinting at the second screen just trying to see if they're lining up, and I think this is good now. We'll know as soon as people start getting picked if we're covering summoners. I don't even know if we normally do this, but I'm just doing it anyways because that's habit.
Yeah, it's totally cool. It's a safe practice. We got on top of the banning phase over, we got Tristan and Ryze coming out from blue team, along with Morgana and Fizz from purple team as well. And it's kind of surprising to see Morgana get banned because she's not really super in the meta right now because of the changes on her Q width and damage reduction overall. She hasn't been seeing a lot of play.
Yeah, she has kind of fallen a little bit out of favor. Okay, boss fight told me he was gonna be playing Thresh, which I'm excited about.
The Thresh Prince.
I think that might have been kind of what he was saying. I don't want Morgana because I know I'm playing Thresh. That kind of makes a little bit of sense then. People don't often block summoners. I just happen to have summoner spell blockers from NESL, so I'm just gonna use that for...
And honestly, it's kind of helpful. Like, you get a lot of things coming from the picks themselves. Like right now, you see the Kha'Zix ban, and people just automatically assume, oh, that must be a Kha'Zix jungle. Well, guess what? Maybe he has teleporter.
He has exhaust, and he's going support. Maybe he's going 80 carry. Who knows?
80 Kha'Zix, that would be silly. I would love to see that.
I
just
love it.
Maybe it would be really reminiscent to like that season 1 like double bruiser. Imagine if that meta still existed with the champion pool that is now.
Just the incredible amount of bruisers. I would love that. Tanky bruiser. My friend, he played Dota a lot and then played League with us a few times, and the only thing he got out of playing League was the term Tanky Bruiser. That's it. Like he really he would say, it's like, oh yeah, Tanky Bruiser, and we're like, Chad, shut up.
Just sitting there at a party, you're getting drunk. Oh, this guy right here is a Tanky Bruiser.
Swain is an interesting pickup. Usually from this comp so far, you'd expect to see Zed mid, Swain top, just because of First of all, Swain can kind of bully out a lot of top laners, especially when he hits 6. He can get a lot of sustain out of his ultimate. And since they're on blue side, Kha'Zix really doesn't need blue buff. Zed really doesn't need it, and Swain can just come down from that top lane and pick up blue buffs pretty easily. So, I think that's. I don't necessarily think that it's like a blue side only kind of top laner, but it's one that works just slightly better when you're playing blue side because you have that advantage. And because Swain just burns through mana, especially when that ultimate's up.
Yeah, I think one big thing for the Swain pickup as well is he used it as a counter pick because Xin is a decently popular top and jungle. He's really played interchangeably. And Swain against... Oh, I know. I'll get to that. It's not.
Yeah.
But Swain does really well against any of these like melee bruiser type tops and doesn't do as well against like the tanky Ryze tops. So like with the ban on Ryze there, he had a lot more freedom to go, because what other AP tops are there? It's pretty much just Rumble.
Gragas occasionally. I still play Gragas top, but
you're
fallen.
in the minority.
I know I am. Very much so.
You know what is truly the minority, though, is that GP pickup.
Yes.
I am excited. Oh gosh, you just don't know what to expect.
Because that can go so well or so poorly. and it's decided, I think, pretty early as a Gangplank player. His early levels can be really effective if he can get into melee range and just get a few autos onto Swain. The amount of damage he'll get from his passive, the Grog-Soaked Blade, and just essentially an extra auto attack from Parlay, he could do a lot of really, really early damage. And Swain doesn't have early sustain. He can survive through early levels, but he's not strong till much later. So if GB can win lane early, I think that's what he should try to do. Like, I think he needs to try to do that, and Swain needs to say, I gotta make sure to survive. That said, I could be proven wrong. This could be that's how I see it, as a skill aside kind of matchup. So
yeah, GP. I mean, the big problem with Gangplank is that he has such high mana costs early on in the game, where you want to just be spamming your Q all the time, and they helped him out a little bit by saying, okay, if you last hit something with your Q, we refund half of the mana costs of the ability back, but he still just has so many mana problems. So if he goes and builds the flask at the start to be able to get the mana regen at the beginning of the game, he could do a decent amount of bruising onto Swain, which he absolutely has to, because I think we both agree Swain turns 6 and it's not going to look pretty.
It's not at all. Yeah, Parlay did get the Aurelia Blade Surge treatment, the refunding mana, which, I mean, considering you already had the gain bonus gold on kill, you kind of had to give it something like that, the little bit of mana mana refunding, because otherwise you're just out of mana in lane, because you're like, oh, I need to get extra gold. Oh wait, or I could save it and harass. Oh crap, I can't pick one. So,
and Gangplank honestly is just like the archetype of like the old champions that were created in League from like Season 1. Gangplank's one of the oldest champions in the game. And he had a lot of base damage on his Q, and this was in a time where they didn't have a lot of refunding abilities in general. Like Swain's passive right now is if you kill a minion, you get a certain amount of mana back through your regen. And that was unique back then. But now it seems like a lot of champions' kits have built in either health, like sustain through their mana, or their health. So he needed some kind of treatment like that. If he didn't have that, he would be absolutely not played at all. Which he's not played at all. Let's be honest. But
yeah, Swain and Karthus has that. You got more recently, Lysandra and Rework Xerath have that on their passives. I mean, Lyssandra's is a free spell every once in a while.
Same thing with Xerath.
Xerath, you get mana back on autos, and there's your summoners, guys. That's kind of nice. You can just take that off. So it does look like it will be obviously Swain Gangplank. We'll have a ninja battle in mid with Zed Akali, where I don't know about that one.
I feel like what it's gonna be is Zed should have advantage early on against Akali, because a lot of Akali's damage with her shuriken comes through, or it's not the shuriken. What's the term for it? I can't remember. It's her Q.
The mark of the assassin.
Mark of the assassin. Thank you. And being able to get an auto attack off on your target is where the most of your damage comes from on Akali. And Zed gets all of his damage through his Q, which he maxes first most of the time, through trading like that. So it's not until Akali gets her ult, or Zed decides that he really wants to get in, where and try to skirmish with Akali, where that actually is going to benefit her in a longer trade. But it should be interesting. It'll be a bloodbath when it turns level 6. I'll tell you. Oh yeah,
level 6 is gonna be crazy. I think I agree with all that you said there. And Akali to get in and proc a mark early will mean that she's suddenly in Zed's range to hit with everything, like double shurikens, double shadow blades, and with if you're using his living shadow as well. So I think they might race a little bit to 6. Because Akali does get just so much more once she can stick to a target through multiple, whatever the charges are called, which I have to check now real quick.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be a lot of that. And honestly, I think it will benefit more Akali when that 6 turns up, just because of the summer spell choosing. She can negate a lot of the damage that Zed does through his ultimate once she gets an exhaust down. And then we haven't even talked about bot lane yet.
Yeah, oh yeah. I know that we focused a little bit too hard on the. We haven't talked about the junglers either.
I know. I can talk about this game for days, honestly. I mean, the jungle matchup, honestly, like Kha'Zix, he's just like a huge assassin. He's gonna be doing many Kha'Zix things. If you played in this, it's a Kha'Zix. Like, do I need to say more? Like. But Xin, however, he can go like one of two routes. He's either going to be farming the whole time, getting a, if he gets his Feral Flare, and try to farm that up as fast as possible, or he's going to go gank heavy with the Lizard Elder and try to snowball some of his lanes, which I think would be the wiser of the two options.
Yeah, I wonder. Xin got really popular, of course, when Flare just had originally come out, and I wonder if it's going to be a Flare Xin. You expect it because he does get so much out of his battle cry to get the attack speed bonus, and then like the obvious auto attack reset from three prong strike, 3 talon strike.
Yeah.
Either way, Kha'Zix, if he can make an early impact, as you're saying, like that just shuts down Feral Flare junglers, or at least makes them regret having spent so much time in the jungle and not helping their lanes.
Yeah, right. I would expect this Kha'Zix to maybe try to invade a little bit and try to take away some of Xin's farm and maybe get a stealth kill before Xin ramps up his damage. Because once he gets a couple levels into his 3 talon strike, usually he maxes E coming out of the jungle for the increased slow and damage on it. But later on, once he gets more, innate damage from his Q, his 3 talon strike, it's going to be devastating.
Where's it going? All right, just about in.
Yeah, I'm still loading in right now. I don't know if you're in game yet.
Not quite in. Also, what do you think about barrier on Caitlyn? I usually never suggest something like barrier unless you know you're going to be 1v1 for the entire game, which I don't really feel like happens.
I think the barrier is well in a lot of instances where there's an assassin. So like against the Kali, having the extra.
Oh boy, they're in game. They're 47 seconds in the game. Ooh.
Oh snap! I still haven't even loaded in yet.
Well, you're not missing much.
So if there is any action going down, you just call it out. But yeah, barrier will help out a lot once the Kali turns and starts roaming and whatnot.
All right, there we go. Got everything all set up, it looks like. Yeah, So, thinking of bot lane, Boss Fight had asked earlier, as Akali might just get destroyed. Okay, so has to flash over the wall over to blue buff just to escape what was an completely unwarded area. And so I'm going to point this one out. If you're going to just hang around in this area, why not use your trinkets? Like, you have all this. You can put advanced trinkets into here if you get there early enough. The banana kind of brush near enemies red buff, or either of these brushes would have saved a flash. But until that happened, there hadn't been a single trinket placed by red team.
And I mean, to an extent, you didn't even need to put a trinket down. That's something that is like optional. You just have to be covering vision on there.
Yeah, you can't just stay in this brush right here, and you will. I know you were Akali was waiting to throw a mark, help out the damage a little bit, and then go to mid lane. But it doesn't benefit you to stay right next to the trees way before that spawn's gonna happen. So, but a good play by blue to, just pick up a flash in mid lane. If Cobb really wants to make an early impact, he should be focusing this Akali at level 3 or so, because he can jump in. Akali has no real escape except for an exhaust.
Right. So, if I am the jungler right now, and also the mid laner, I would try to put Akali into a position where she's gankable, because that you get rid of her escape, and now all of a sudden, hey, she's killable.
Yeah, he also Zed is pushing a little bit, and that's kind of the opposite of what I would say we'd want to do. Like you have all that safety that you're just giving to Akali by pushing the wave into turret, making it a
I don't
very
think
difficult
he's-
game. Oh, nice
Ooh.
hook. That could be, if a turret hits Sona, that could be first blood. But enough damage comes from the Piltover Peacemaker to save, just kind of get them off of, get them off the Sona. But wow, that's a lot of poke going down. That was a nice hook. Something that Boss Fight asked me beforehand was, when is the best time to pick up a? Well, it's just gonna kill onto Caitlyn. Wow, that barrier might actually work.
Oh, so close.
That was.
See, we can't even finish a thought because everyone's just fighting so well.
I know, right? You also I don't know if Stal Kermit heard us earlier. Crystalline Flask working well for him against this Swain. Swain also picked up Flask as well, but he's winning the CS battle, which is pretty big early.
Yeah, they definitely needed to both be running that. GP has been more farm focused, and
Here's Zen.
Good gank.
Does he not have? Oh, he doesn't have Never Move. Oh, that's gonna be his death for sure. Not having Never Move is unfortunate not to have. I don't know. I honestly don't know skilling for Swain. I don't know if I've ever played Swain, but
Swain is level 3 and he didn't have his Never Move. Yeah, that is just being cocky. Usually you want to have 1 point in every ability by the time you're level 3. He's one of the few champs where you actually want to do that.
Here's when Kaz making his impact, and I think honestly there's really nowhere for Akali to go. Should come down maybe here.
Ooh.
Oh, missed the slow though.
That was a misplay by the Zed right there. He put himself back into the Shroud as if closer to his tower, which there's no incentive for Akali to run back to their turret.
Yeah.
He should have either put himself in a position that's closer to the turret or closer to one of the other avenues for her to leave, because if she runs backwards, she's just getting caught out.
Lucian, that is not worth, that word placement is not worth half your health, sir. Sorry. But I know that Ka was just seen in bot side of map. I guess he came from bot side, but oh, nice hook again. He needs to flay. Oh no! No, Luke, the flay doesn't push.
The misflays.
I missed plenty of those earlier today playing Thresh.
Wow, Zin's making good impact. We didn't really catch that out.
My gosh. I'm gonna take a drink real quick for that one.
I'm gonna go ahead and bust out my John Madden cap and say that that's something you don't want to do. You're getting low. I mean, I could see why you'd want to do it, but there's no reason. He still had buffs too. That's the worst part.
Oh, that's unfortunate to lose. And this Thresh has been putting both members of blue team's bot lane into turret range many times, or just outside of it. So that's really good. That's kind of what you want to do, especially when the minions are not quite or aren't gonna make it easy. Oh, Zed, go! Oh
there
my gosh, he needs. Yeah, that's a kill. I think
that's it.
You see that little shuriken above the head? Battle Arena fans, if you don't know this already, if you see the shuriken above the head, that means Deathmark's damage will kill. So, or Deathmark's pop will kill. So he knew he could just back off. He may not if he threw another shuriken just in case. But
yeah, definitely a little helpful tip. And that's the important part of hitting 6 in certain matchups. Like the minute that happens, you just get a huge power spike.
Yeah, he needed he just went immediately, and that was a very smart move. That hook, another hook lands. It just happens to be onto a minion this time.
Yeah, I mean, you could still say that he has a 100% success rate with those things. I don't think he's missed one yet.
I don't believe so. Zen does look like he's going towards the Madrid's flare route.
Oh, I also wanted to note, just for the mid fight, Akali had used her exhaust earlier, so there's no way that she was going to negate the damage coming out from Zed. So it was pretty much just a guaranteed kill once he put his ult on.
Oh yeah, it was very, very, very easy kill. She does have her flash back up now. And so the point that I'm gonna try to make, because we are maybe at a point where never mind. There's but Soda bursts down, and doesn't look like Gangplank's going to be able to quite get a kill, even though Cannon Barrage has become a lot easier. Oh no, Kali's going to have to burn her flash again here. There's nothing else to jump to. She has to. Yep. So she is unfortunately getting focused real hard, and down double CS already has a kill against for her lane opponent in the sense of Zed. This is really scary lane for her right now.
Yeah,
I definitely don't envy it.
I really like the way that blue team's playing it though, to just focus her out, because once mid game hits, Akali really just ramps up in damage. I think we can agree that that mid to late game Akali just having a fed one is one of the scariest things in this game. And right now her farm, she's half the CS that
Class
is.
coming in. Oh, this is gonna be this should be a very easy kill. There's no flash from.
Kha'Zix doesn't have mana.
I mean, it didn't matter. Taste of Fear is
Yeah.
I believe a pretty low mana skill. If I check it real quick, it is 25 mana. Yeah, you don't even need to worry about it.
The only thing that Gangplank could have done in that scenario was maybe bait out Swain a little bit more. There was a huge minion wave right there, and Swain took a lot of damage.
It would have been possible. Oh,
that was possible.
Oh no, no shuriken because the exhaust is on.
Yeah,
without exhaust, that was a kill. And now, I don't really know why the jump back happened there into the Deathmark Shadow. But,
the turnaround.
Yeah, you're
a little bit greedy.
That was very, very greedy by Akali. Also, recognizing the fact that Zed also has a Hex Drinker, so he's got a surprising amount of, I don't want to say burst health, but effective health that's going to come out late when he's getting close to dying, is something you have to try to remember to calculate in and say, oh, I may be trying to go too aggressive here, and we'll get caught up by something like that. That was very, very greedy. But yeah, so 2 kills for Zed now. He is 1,300 gold up on Akali. Oh gosh, that is just murderous amount of gold. And he's about to go buy, probably pick up. He can't quite pick up a Brutalizer, which I would kind of expect to be the next buy, but
he could
picks up both
maybe
parts of it.
Yeah, I was about to say both of these swords would be a wise option to go.
Yep.
Yeah, and if you are Zed right now, you have that gold lead right now. You could just roam and try to get all these other lanes off the ground.
Oh boy!
Ooh.
Wow, a nice crescendo. Might be able to save Caitlyn here. She may be able to kill this Lucian. Does she have her? She does have Ace in the hole. If she has vision, she should have already cast it because it would probably be enough. Oh yeah, it would have easily been enough damage. But Lucian gets away. Akali's roaming down, trying to now make an impact and catch herself back up in the game. Daze is noting the fact that Kate hasn't backed yet, and oh, she's gonna die for this. Oh, nice hook. That's gonna be at least Akali picking up this 1 kill, probably a second one if she can catch up, or it might be Thresh just picking up the kill anyways. Oh, but, up top, not a whole lot. Okay, I was about to say not a whole lot Gangplank could have done there, but Xin came on in. Is gonna probably be able to clean this up. Jump is coming up for Kha'Zix in 1 second, but he's kind of walked a weird way. He has flash too. Thought he could out-duel this in, but
Kha'Zix doesn't have the damage on his Q to really win a 1v1 just straight up yet.
He's also not leveling it, which is smart. But
right.
Yeah, you don't have that kind of damage with a level 1.
Yeah, Kha'Zix really doesn't start to get good in 1v1s if he's maxing his Void Spikes until he starts maxing his Q again, obviously. He's really just a strong ganker, and if the other jungler is someone that isn't a duelist like Xin, that's when he can still invade and go in on it. Maybe like a tanky jungler like, I don't know, Zac or something like that, Kha'Zix will do well with. But not in that instance.
Yeah. Ooh. It's going to be kind of a misengage. Gangplank might win this fight, actually. It's going to burn down. Look how quickly Swain's mana is going down. He's going to run out, and he might be able to clean the wave. He also is going to be out of mana completely.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, Lucian's definitely... Come on, Ace in the hole. There we go.
There it is.
And scumbag Kha'Zix. Scumbag Kha'Zix steals it. Barrier actually fairly effective there. Stopping some damage.
Ooh, really greedy by Akali here.
Wow. Triple kill for Ka. That's okay. That makes up for everything. Everything in that Zen fight.
Right. Yeah, Akali really just, again, like, where was the benefit of going in there? You possibly pick up a kill, oh, but wait, then you go and die too. It was more high risk with a medium reward, not worth it for her. Like, yeah, she would be snowballing, getting a kill off of that, okay, but now you just gave another kill to this Kha'Zix who is on a killing spree, and he can snowball this game harder than you at the moment.
Yeah, there's also the fact that they were able to pick up a dragon, which was about as free of a dragon as you can possibly have. If Akali stays alive, it still is just her fighting it. but at least you've got some presence. Yeah, I don't think she would have been able to stop it, but even having a chance at it is better than, I guess, going for a kill that wasn't even guaranteed. It was close. I will admit it was very close, but
yeah, and she just blew her exhaust right there too, which is something to take note of in this next fight that she's going to get in with Zed here.
Did Zed go in?
No, she Akali tried to go in on Kha'Zix, who was underneath the turret.
Okay.
Blew the exhaust. Kha'Zix jumped away, and she got nothing out of it again.
Oh no, that's a very, very dead Caitlyn. The hook landing at this point on a obviously squishy Caitlyn. You're not going to be anything but squishy. It's just, here comes the Fed Ka though. He can maybe blow through this Lucian's health, but Sona really doesn't want to keep fighting this. She's not going to do nearly enough damage. She doesn't have backup in the form of Ka anymore. Ka has picked up a little bit more health thanks to his Void Spikes, but now that she got really caught out. Unnecessary. Okay, that flash.
No flash.
I know it's tempting to think you can get away, but oh wow, that's. Can we get a shuriken? Can we get a shuriken? Nope.
Nope. Wow, look at that.
Barely survives. But blowing flashes when if you know you're in a dead situation,
died.
yeah, don't. You had too many champions that have dash abilities there. You had the Audacious Charge from Xin. You have the Relentless Pursuit from Lucian. They're going to catch up. So don't use a flash. You might as well save the cooldown and accept your fate, pretty much.
Yeah, because now you're still dead now, and next time that you want to either get that last kill or try to
Flash crescendo
escape, you're not going to be able to. Yeah.
It's all good, though. That bot lane isn't exactly... has had a lot of deaths between both teams, but neither one is super, super far ahead.
Ooh, miscalculation.
COD is going to survive? Oh, he's got the... I don't know how the range is. Okay, yep. Shadow Dance from Akali, still pretty large. They need to get out of here. I think Caitlyn and Sona do not want to fight this. If Red Team turns around, which they're going to right now, they're going to die very quickly.
They weren't paying attention there. I don't know what Sona was thinking in that instance. They saw everyone walk through the river. At least the ward caught them out. That's just paying attention to your map in that instance. Because if they did actually see, which they could have, then
you know that's a very dangerous area. Yeah.
Right, and especially when you don't have the bush warded in general on a prolonged fight like that, reinforcements will be coming.
Yep. All right, so do we have a lull in the action finally? I don't think we ever will, because this is nuts. Yeah. The one question I had been asked beforehand. Never mind. You know, it's Zen and Thresher coming in. I don't know why I'm even trying to do.
Don't try to get anything in edgewise. It's impossible.
Oh, nice.
There's the hook.
I think they probably will be able to pick up. Okay, Zed can get a good bit of distance, but okay, the Cannon Barrage may be quite enough. Okay, Force Flash. He's fine now. They didn't really expend anything except for Cannon Barrage. They didn't use any other ultimates to really try to...
Yeah, so nothing... Honestly, it was just a great hook that they tried to capitalize on, and they blew a couple summoners out of it. Pretty worth it in their scenario, even though they would have liked to get the kill.
Yeah. Wow, this Gangplank is surviving a really, really long time, despite having a Swain and Kha'Zix on top of him. He's going the Triforce build, which I like. I honestly don't even know what the best build on Gangplank is anymore, because so many people went the gold route for a long time. You can go a bit tankier, but I think Triforce, it's kind of like a really. You can go Triforce and then then tanky. My bad.
Yeah, I think, honestly, the best item on Gangplank right now, and I was against it for the longest time, and no, I can't finish this because there's more action going in.
Okay, wow, Lucian... I think Thresh and Lucian are underestimating how much damage Sona can pump out. They know how much Caitlyn's doing. What, Zen? You just walked back into that.
Yeah, I don't. Kind of a weird decision on their end. Oh, he goes in.
Yeah, there's no exhaust to worry about. It probably isn't going to be enough damage. Zed? Okay, does survive. Oh, no, Thresh. You gotta, Sona is being underestimated a significant amount here.
Oh, yeah, no. Guys, Sona is a strong champion. If you don't get kills on her early, then she will devastate you with her damage and sustain overall. There's a reason why that she's a great fighter, and you have to And if you were trying to kill that bot lane, honestly, you might just have to try to get a pick on that Sona first.
Yeah, she's squishy. She's incredibly squishy. Has like maybe lowest health in the game, at least at one point did. And it's easy to get early kills on her if you can catch her out with somebody like a Thresh. But if you let her stay around, the amount of, I don't want to say like effective gold you're gonna get in stats from the auras, that actually does kind of make sense. That you're gonna get a lot of gold essentially from those auras. You'll get extra damage on some auto attacks from the damage aura. You'll get healing and shields. Like you get a lot of stuff if you have an extended fight. And oh my gosh, this Zed is just incredibly aggressive.
Yeah, he must.
It's working though
because he's going ham sandwich.
Good stuff.
Okay, lull in the action. Lull.
A little bit.
I want to cover that Gangplank thing. Oh wait.
Okay, hook miss. You can cover it.
Okay, Gangplank, I think the best item on him that I kind of underestimated for the longest time was the static shift. You can build that and transition into a lot of builds. That could be your only damage item when going tank. It could accentuate well if you wanted to go with that crit build or an AD base build. If you wanted to do like a split push build where you get Hydra, or if you want to do AD caster on hit, getting your parley to do significant damage. Like, I think that it's probably the most sound item on him at the moment.
Too many members of Red team around. Red should collapse on this. They do. Blue did put down some nice advance wards and are able to see Red coming in. But I think, yeah, Kaz was able to jump over the wall. Sona started getting out at the perfect time. Was able to barely avoid, pretty much paying with her life. So
yeah, Red put a lot of focus on their vision on the top side because there were a couple members up there earlier.
Oh boy, that hook lands. Ka really regrets running out with Shadow Assault to start that.
Right.
Which, he wasted Shadow Assault, but
it's got a low cooldown, and luckily he didn't get caught out. And if there's not a fight within the next minute or so, then he should.
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no punishment there, but we'll see.
Right. Yeah, he just got a little bit greedy for the gameplay there.
Mm-hmm. So, all right, the question that was posed to me before this game was, when do you go Talisman and when do you go Face the Mountain on Thresh? Because he is one of the very, very few supports that kind of can go either. And what I came up with for him, and you might have similar different. Are you a support player too?
I'm a support player. Yeah.
Yeah, as am I. We have too many support players that cast things. My opinion on it is, if your team has like somebody oh my gosh, if you need to get more kills, I guess you have fights in the middle of battle arena, because Ka just gets resets and picks up another double kill. But
see, now if the Thresh was there with his talisman, they might have been able to get out there alive.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. They got caught out too. But I think the majority of people, they start, Akali, questionable. Oh, even more questionable, keep going in and just dying to Caitlyn. That's why you get Barrios.
Zed, why would you go back in for that? No. Okay. But my thought is that if you have the team that can benefit from everyone can benefit from move speed, but if you have a team that's going to be going in, like, you need to hard engage and catch up to your opponents. Interesting hook. You go Talisman. In this sense, it kind of works. Like, you have a few people who want to stick to targets. Actually, I like Talisman better here. You have Kali, Gangplank, and Zen want to stick onto targets. Talisman helps with that a lot, and get just starting off the fight.
I think there's a big misconnect with a lot of the members of the community when it comes to their items, because the best starting item on Thresh has to be the Relic Shield, right? Yeah. I mean, that's I don't think there's any argument with that. You get the coin because you plan on getting the talisman later, right? You're not getting the coin just for the lane health.
Not for gold or health, yeah. Those are just stats that, because you have to have some stats on it, otherwise you're not going to...
Right.
You can't buy
But if the talisman wasn't a part of that build path at all, I don't think anyone would be going with the coin. You only get that because you want to get that talisman later. So I think the best way to play with Thresh, and I've been doing this pretty frequently, is you start with the Relic Shield. And yeah, the Face of Mountain's a decent item if you're trying to accentuate a tank or help your 80 carry survive an assassin, which is something to consider. But the overall utility from the coin, or the talisman, excuse me, is just significant. Hold on, let's watch Zed die here really quick.
Oh no, nice flash. But Akali, see, just gonna stick on. They actually both use their actives, but yeah, Zed's gonna get a little bit more move speed because he has Bork, which steals the move speed, whereas Akali's just lowers it with the Bilgewater. Not necessary flash, I don't think.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, I think she was expecting a hook maybe to come out, but you still could have dodged that.
When the time came.
Yeah, when the time came.
So my face. Okay, so you say usually changing if you need to.
You start with the relic shield and then you build into the talisman once you have the gold for it.
Interesting crescendo to not really for wave clear. I guess just stopping the turret to go down from going down. That's kind of their main. Flash crescendo is their best form of engage on blue team. So it's something not to use lightly. With this kind of comp, I mean, you can find picks with Ka and Swain, but you're not exactly going to be hard. I'm not trying to say that. Hard engaging unless you have crescendo, because that just the AOE CC is just too strong. I like face if you've got a high priority target that you need to keep alive.
Exactly.
Like if you've got I was telling him before this, an immobile 80 carry that's like a hyper carry. If you've got like Jinx or Twitch, I almost think face is kind of really necessary, because you have to protect somebody who is very unable to protect yourself. And you've already got Lantern to help you out to get get that target out of there, but you also giving a shield last second can be really, really effective and change the course of a fight. Kali's going ham again. Nice exhaust will probably stop her damage pretty heavily. She went Gunblade first. The
Gunblade is a really good item on Akali. No one, we can agree with that, but then the order of importance, especially after losing lane to Zed, you might just want to just rush that Zhonya's first, honestly, to survive those engages that you're doing. Yeah,
I think that Akali is interesting when she gets behind. You obviously can't do as much damage as you want to, but you have to kind of change your gameplay, your mentality. Oh wow, dude, Lucian is not. He might actually go down to the pop. Nah, you got in the fountain. You've got to remember that somebody else is going to have to carry you now. If you lose that hard, you can still make an impact, but you don't need to be that #1 carry. And I know that's been talked about on the podcast a million times, including when I was on a guest on it. You just let somebody else, as we have just massive fight, which honestly may end this game. Yep. That could very well be the game.
Anytime that you have a Swain, just the reason why that fight turned sour, Red wanted to go in on blue. Obviously they did, and they kept fighting. But the sustain that Swain has, especially after getting kills with his Rod of Ages, along with the Sona being there, he's allowed to just tick that ultimate, and he was hitting all 3 targets with it and just regenerating so much more health. When you hit targets with your ultimate, you gain more health than you do for minions. I think it's like 33%.
Take a look.
Something like that.
75% of the damage dealt against champions and 25% of the damage dealt against minions. So it tripled the amount.
Yeah, so it's triple the healing on it. So it's really underestimating when you see Swain in lane and he's healing off minions. You get more off of that from champions. And along with Sona healing through the entire time, as that fight prolonged and progressed, you just started to notice people falling out one by one on the red team. Just oh, that's something that I don't want to be dealing with. Even if Swain, because what is Swain now? Those 2 kills that he got there brought him to a 4-2 and 5 score, which up until then it wasn't super impressive being, coming out even. Yeah. But now you actually have to look at him and be like, okay, well, we have this Kha'Zix and also this pseudo tank and Swain that we have to deal with. It's kind of looking overwhelming for Red, especially that they have a 10,000 gold deficit now
and an inhibitor down too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and of course, for those of you who don't know, Zonya's on Swain. Oh, take the lantern. No. Zonya's on Swain will not stop your ultimate. It will still keep ticking while you're in the ultimate, which is one of those weird interactions, but it just keeps happening anyways. It's kind of cool when you have a gold and Swain just throwing birds out too. Trying to look at anything else to. I think this game is pretty well done. Like it's especially with Zen down, they can really push this one.
A big thing that's pointing out to me right now. Red team doesn't have any health. They have some resistances, but they don't have a true meaty front line to actually stop all of the damage that's coming in. Because yeah, you can build the Frozen Heart and Gangplank's sense. You can build the Warden's Mail for Xin Zhao, but you don't have the health to accentuate it. You have to. There's a balance that you have to maintain between those items to stop some of that damage coming in.
I didn't take note of the Last Whisper till right now on Xin, but there's no real reason for it yet.
Right.
Last Whisper is a great kind of fourth item, I'd say, on him. But yeah, you gotta look at what everyone's building. Like there's almost no armor to speak of on the side of blue here.
And also it's counterintuitive. You have a magic damage dealing item through your Feral Flare. You get more out of having attack speed with the Feral Flare than having the Last Whisper on that. So really, honestly, what would be the best next option if you wanted to build damage on him would probably be Yomu's Ghostblade. You're getting one more armor penetration through the Ghostblade than the Last Whisper, and then on top of that you have the attack speed, critical strike. It's just a great item on him in general.
Yeah, the Last Whisper and Feral are kind of or I don't want to say anti-synergetic, but they don't really, because that's
they don't mesh as well.
They don't mesh as well as another combo. So that can be build path, but it's also looking at what you're buying it for. Like you're buying it to deal with a lot of armor, and there's not a lot of armor to deal with. So,
and still, even then, I probably would have gone tanky on Xin in that instance, anyways. At least tankier.
Yeah. You know, I agree. I wouldn't have gone damage, but if you were going to go other options.
Exactly.
So. Let's see here. Any other crazy item things right now?
I think the farm count is pretty low coming up from them at 30 minutes. I see these marks. I mean, outside of Zed, who stands out with 219, and Caitlyn with 174. These are kind of gold marks you want to have by around 20 minutes, 22 minutes, maybe.
Well, they had a lot of fights. There were a significant number of fights and a significant number of early deaths. I think kind of contributed to not a lot of farm. So they were farming champions instead of minions. So that'll be the first game of the night. Congrats to Blue Team. Hopefully, guys, we want to hear feedback as well. Please, like, if you're going to be watching these and are wanting to take stuff out of them, let us know what we're... this is my first time doing Battle Arena for North America, and I would love to know what you guys want to hear more of. Twitch chat, you can let us know too. Just let us know what you want to know more about, and we can try to focus on things. If you are playing and want us to look for something like, I don't know what I should be building next, I don't know if I should be being more aggressive in lane, we can look for that and we can try to tell you, but we also don't know what your thoughts are on your own play. So
right, we're kind of just covering and touching on all the little bets that are standing out from every single person. But if there's something that you specifically want to hear about, yeah, let us know, and we will definitely focus more on that. I wanted to touch a lot more on some of like the vision control that was happening during that game as well. There's a lot of fights that broke out or could have been prevented by just having better ward coverage overall.
But it's not. It's also taking note of what your wards tell you, because sometimes I know I don't always like. I ward up and then I'm like, oh, I totally didn't see the person who went through the ward. Like, make sure you take note of it every time.
Right, and that actually happened. I remember noting that on bot. I think it was around maybe like 10 minutes or so. There was a fight going on in the tri-bush that Blue Team didn't have any vision on in that instance. They kind of went in, but you know, checking your minimap would have prevented something like that from occurring. But then again, I don't want to sound like that, you know, guy that's just like, oh, you know, check your map and saying all these really generic things, you know, that you've probably heard a million times if you are watching League from a student standpoint or a competitive standpoint. But yeah, there's some basics that you need to work over.
Sorry, I'm messing with a few things, guys. Stream's gonna lag for a second, I think.
Oh no, we sound like robots.
No, it's the worst.